My Friend Spoon, Part 2. So, Spoon, what do you do when you aren't just lying around the kitchen? Well, I do mainly lift and carry work, catering work, he replied in his characteristically self-effacing manner. Dry goods, coffee, sugar, salt, that sort of thing. I've also done my time as a stirrer, mainly milk in hot drinks, coffee, teas, sometimes juices, too. How is that? Depends. I've mixed feelings about it. The spinning can be unsettling. No feeding? Oh, yes, yes, feeding. Spoon reflected for a moment. Yogurts or soft stuff, mashed bananas, going inside the mouths of small children. That's weird, but not bad weird, just strange. The soft, warm wetness. Know what I mean? I tried to imagine, but couldn't really, never having been in a baby's mouth or anywhere similar. I can't really picture it, I replied. Spoon laughed. Well, it's a warm, soft, moist sensation. Not bad when you get used to it, not like. And here he frowned sharply, spitting the words out with disgust. Ice cream. That's stressful. Wow, the temperature change. I never liked that. The freezing ice cream, then the hot mouth. Ah. As he recounted, Spoon winced. I said that I thought that the conical tip of Spoon suggested the presence of a hat, perhaps a fez, or maybe something more like a brimless bowler. Oh, that's from China, answered Spoon. China? Yes, China, dim sum and golden dragons and great leaps forward. They gave it to me in the factory. A silence. The way Spoon had just spoken seemed significant, portentous even. Was he about to tell me something very personal? Spoon lay still, then took a breath, almost whispering. He began his life's story. He described a gigantic factory where for acres row upon row of injection molding machines extended, each manned by three workers in identical blue overalls, overseen by angry supervisors in boxes on high daises. The machines swallowed plastic granules which, heated, then molten, were injected into molds within which plastic cutlery grew like leaves shooting off a stem. He told me of his wonder as the plastic filled the form and he stretched with incredible speed to his full dimensions. Then how that sprig on which 8 spoons had grown was released. His voice trembled. He described the cruelty of being cut from his brothers and how he fell alone and confused to the conveyor belt on which, hour after hour, day after day, moved not hundreds or thousands, but millions of white plastic spoons, identical to himself, yet unknown. An endless train to be shoveled by automatic arms into giant plastic sacks, these in turn flung into vast cardboard boxes. He spoke low as he described the pain and confusion as they fell into this darkness, a fall into an unknown future. Then, jostled, distressed, they crossed the oceans in murky container vessels, flying flags of corrupt island states. How they had travelled for weeks on end to come to the port of Guayaquil, to be yelled at in Castilian, then hurled around again and again from container to truck, then to auction, and driven to a filthy street market and bought and sold and bought and sold like objects. Spoon's voice broke with emotion. He stopped there. Spoon hasn't talked about these things since. But I felt grateful to him for confiding what he had, I'm sure, shared with few. A bitter story to hold within, the trauma of exile and bondage, and I truly hope that it helped him, that it unburdened him to pass some of this pain to me. Some see passivity in Spoon's silence. Do they not know the immense discipline it takes to calmly withhold? I may quote Jesus: "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." When I gaze into Spoon's eyes, I sense deep understanding, an understanding born of immense suffering, a loving presence before which I need never justify myself. And when I'm with Spoon, the anxieties that so often haunt me are absent. I know that I am loved despite my flaws.